Hi, I'm Bliss. Welcome to the Mystic Massage Review video. The purpose of this video is to give people who have taken the Mystic Massage Workshop some materials to do some home study, review the techniques that they learned. So without any further ado, we're going to start right in. Just a quick note, I'm going to be demonstrating these techniques once. Obviously, many of these techniques you do more than once. You repeat the movements a number of times. So we'll just be going through this as quickly as we can. So, assuming that you have checked in with your receiver and they know how to give feedback and they've informed you of any body issues, we start off with some gentle rocking of the pelvis area, using your palm of your heel against the butt cheek, and then just doing some pressure points down the spine. I'm going to go quickly through here. You might want to take more time with this. Just working down the pressure points down the body, and we're aiming for a nice gentle release of the sacrum, of the sacroiliac joints in there. Do a double pressure point here, and then pull the energy out the feet. So we've got two heart meridian pressure points here. The one comes right at the top of the instep, right before the ball of the foot, and the other one is right at the base of the sacral girdle here, right below the gluteus maximus. And they're both on the heart meridian. A double pressure point there will give a nice flow of the body's meridians. And sweep the energy out the feet. We would do the same thing on the other side. Again, working down the pressure points and pulling the energy out the feet. Then uncovering a leg. We're going to start by positioning the arm over the end of the table. We oil the entire side of the body, starting from the foot and going up and off the arm. Do that a number of times, and then we start with a double web of the entire leg, coming in. Don't be afraid to give some pressure through the gluteus maximus. Remember, the web is the least of the pressure moves. The intermediate pressure would be a knuckle, coming all the way up, double iron. And then the most intense pressure, doing the same thing, would be a rolling pin. So coming up with a double rolling pin all the way through, up the entire body, and off the arm. And then we continue with an Indian burn up the entire leg, all the way up, all the way down. And then bend the knee, resting the ankle on the shoulder, and do two double cross cuts with the ulnas across the bell of the calf muscle. And then we'll do the juicer. Remember the juicer? Stroking the back of the ankle here on either side of the Achilles tendon. And then we go into the hamstring stretch with the intensifier, lifting that up. Gives it a nice long stretch across the entire body, down the whole side of the body. Pulling back out. Now we rotate the knee outward, adjusting the drape. A little more oil. We'll do some work coming up the IT band here. And you can work your elbow around the ball of the hip socket there. Giving a lot of good deep pressure into the gluteus maximus there. You can web knuckle and iron, web knuckle and rolling pin the leg, and then rotating it back around, and repeat on the other side. Once we're done with the legs, you would reposition the arm, and then we expose the back for the back work. So we're going to give some attention to the head, giving them a nice shampoo job. This is massaging all those muscles in the scalp. And also spend some time on the back of the neck, giving these muscles right at the back of the neck some wonderful kneading. So after you've done the head, we're going to put some oil delivery strokes, the angel strokes, to the back, sweeping all the way down, up the sides, down the arms, back up the neck. Once again, delivering the oil, maximum surface area. And then my first move is the fingers away, knuckles away. So this is the only move that you actually are reaching across the body on. You do your fingers away and then your knuckles away. Remember to take your time on this. I am going fairly quickly in the interest of time. And then you come around to the other side of the body and you start with your paraspinal muscles doing an iron stroke up right next to the spine, moving into the elbow there and back down. Then you have medial between the spine and the side of the back, and back down, and then up the side of the back, and back down. Now at this point, I'm going to pick up the arm, doing your elbow next to the scapula in that lovely groove between the scapula and the spine. Do this a few times, and then you're going to pull the pectoralis muscles from underneath like you're rowing a boat and on down the arm. So you're going to pull up like you're rowing a boat. Give a lovely stretch through the pectoralis muscle there. And then you come up holding onto that arm, and here's where you do the handshake to that little V pressure point in there. So the handshake is like you're shaking a hand, moving the thumb up the arm into that little pressure point, and then webbing down the entire back. Do that a couple of times, and then we go into our joint mobilization of the shoulder. Being very careful, individuals can have shoulder issues that prevent them from doing this very easily. You rotate 2 or 3 times in either direction, and then interlacing your fingers with theirs, you bring the hand up behind the back for some further work behind the scapula. Coming around the scapula, nice stretch to the upper arm. Do this a few times. And then you can actually pull the scapula away from the back. You're pulling it, giving it a nice stretch. And different people will stretch different amounts in this area. Do some pressure point work. And when you're finished with that, you replace the hand next to the body. And next, we're going to lift up the levator scapula, coming up the wrist to the elbow, and then on down the back. You're going to lift up this muscle to get at the deeper levator scapula, and again, coming down the back. And the next move is the post, the claw. Again, getting deep to the levator scapula, and using your other hand to position and apply firmer pressure. And then doing some additional pressure point work here behind the scapula, where it feels so wonderful. And then we do some double elbow work, going up the body and going down the body. Going up the body and going down the body. And you finish off this side of the back with some work here in the quadratus lumborum. That's this bunchy part of muscles right on either side of the spine in the lower back. And then the SI joint, which is that bunchy part of the muscle right here at the top of the thigh orbit. And finishing that up, we go into the fingers away, knuckles away for the other side, and repeat everything for the other side.